Warning, this podcast contains themes of extreme violence and murder. Subject matter may be offensive to some listeners. Discretion advised.
Welcome to another episode of Evil Transgression, your homicide headquarters here in podcasting. I'm Josh, and with me as always, Dustin and Rex.
What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Got a Patreon sponsor today.
We do?
Who is it?
Give it up for my guy, Brian.
Oh,
Thank you, Brian.
Brian stepping up to the plate. He was like, you know what? I'd like to hear some more of those episodes of Beyond Evil and some of those patron-only episodes.
That's right.
Even though they're young.
and
Not many of them yet, but
you can go listen to Patreon-only episodes right now.
right now.
Go to patreon.com, find us,
And sign up.
and sign up. Boom.
It's
Done.
that
Or you
easy.
can just click the links that we post.
Click the link in this episode and it'll take you to probably 10 plus episodes.
At least.
Yeah,
At
at
least.
least.
Also, you get early access,
True.
right?
It's true.
So when people are listening on Wednesday, you've already heard it. Doesn't mean you can't listen again, but
We actually prefer you do.
yeah, because we're funnier the second time around.
Yeah.
We are.
You find stuff that you miss. It's kind of like watching a movie. Where you're like, yeah, it was a funny movie. And you watch it again, you're like, that shit was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed all this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, speaking of movies, check this out. I found this out last night because I was over at Dustin's watching the UFCs. Dustin's never seen Forrest Gump all the way through.
What? How does that even happen?
And I knew something was up when we were like, the subject came up of greatest actors of all time. And this guy throws out, who was it?
Leo.
Leo DiCaprio. Now,
Okay,
Leo,
wow.
excellent actor. Love
Yeah.
Leo. Love his work. Great. He's got some great movies.
Especially in What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
That's exactly what he brought up.
Look, Dustin,
I did.
oh, you do know what
That's
that is?
what he brought
Okay.
up. Excellent movie. Excellent character. I mean, Leo is great.
Uh-huh.
But I said, I'm going to have to disagree with greatest of all time. And there's some greats.
Oh, yeah.
Al Pacino's great. Bobby D.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro.
Yep.
Great. Mine, Tom Hanks.
He is good.
He's like, Tom Hanks. I was like, bro, the greatest movie in my eyes of all time is Forrest Gump. It's got everything. I
Oh, yeah.
mean, Forrest Gump literally has everything.
Yeah.
A love story, adventure, lost.
History.
Yeah, history. Great. And it's funny. There's some funny parts in there.
Oh, yeah.
And it just blows my mind. You've never seen Forrest Gump.
I've never seen it all the way through. I've seen parts.
How do you see parts and not be like, this is great, I should probably watch the rest of it?
Because I'll watch it and then I'll be like, yeah, I'm done. And then I'll watch something else.
Maybe you have ADHD.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm
because
almost
normally
sure he does.
he's normally playing on his phone while you're reading, so.
Yeah. Yeah. We only get like 9% of Dustin's attention.
9? That's a little low.
I say it's a little
12.
high.
12 it is.
So what's your favorite line from the movie?
Oh man, there's so many. There's so many in Forrest Gump that makes me laugh.
I like when
Yeah.
he talks about Dr. Peppers.
Yeah. But like, I'm sorry I fought at your Black Panther party. That's hilarious. I mean, some of the other characters' lines are hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Gump, why did you put that weapon together so quickly? Because you told me to, Drill Sergeant. I mean, great movie. But Tom Hanks has got some great movies.
Hey, in the 80s, I mean, I watched Big, Splash, Turner and Hooch.
Oh, yeah.
They're all classics.
Yeah, and that's just the 80s.
Yeah.
And then you got
What's the one where they had the weird neighbors?
The Burbs?
Yes.
You've got
Never seen any of these.
Road to Perdition,
Oh, that's a really good one.
The Green Mile.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I've seen that.
I mean, the list just keeps going. Castaway,
Mm-hmm.
right? You've seen Castaway, correct?
He hasn't seen any of these.
Yeah, I've seen parts of it.
Oh, here we go again. Parts.
Wow. I mean, like, what do you look for in an actor? Looks?
Handsome.
Yeah, so Leo
Handsome.
is handsome.
That's why I picked Leo.
You probably watch a lot of Brad Pitt movies too, then don't you?
No, Brad Pitt's a
Why you
shitty
smiling?
actor. He's a shitty actor.
He's smiling
Liar.
to try and get you
I
on his
know.
trail. Green Mile is an excellent movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's our movie tangent for the day. So to get back on track, let's hit it with some evil facts.
Okay.
Evil facts.
It is estimated that you can walk past at least 36 serial killers in your lifetime.
Really?
It's kind of scary.
That's a lot
it
of
is.
that's a lot of killers. 36 serial killers in your lifetime. Now you may not, but that's the estimate.
That's crazy.
Many serial killers will keep souvenirs of their crimes, as you know, we've learned over the years. For example, when Ted Bundy was asked why he took Polaroids of his victims, he said, quote, "When you work hard to do something, you don't want to forget it."
Wow.
See, Ted Bundy cracks me up because he's a big shit talker here,
Uh-huh.
but was terrified when it came time to get executed. He was this big tough guy,
Uh-huh.
and then he was a big old pussy when it came time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was a psychopath, so.
Right.
True.
The FBI has a manual that is called the Crime Classification Manual, and it places serial killers into 3 categories: organized, disorganized, and mixed. Organized serial killers are often socially adequate and may have a wife or children and plan their crimes methodically. Disorganized serial killers are far more impulsive and have fewer friends. Those are your loners.
Dustin, you don't have many
got
friends,
nothing,
do you?
got nothing for that, huh?
I don't.
So we're totally on to you about that.
Yeah.
Although it is impossible to predict if a child will grow up to be a serial killer, there are 3 warning signs of future psychopathic behavior. Do you know what this is called?
I do, but I can't remember.
The triad.
Yes.
The triad. You ever heard of the triad?
I have.
If you wet the bed.
Well, there's 3 parts: animal torture,
Yep.
prolonged bedwetting,
Mm-hmm.
and juvenile pyromania.
Yeah.
So if your child shows those 3 things, lock them in a room.
Yes.
Lock them in the room.
I mean, you can't be sure they're going to be serial killers, but
There's somebody listening right now that's like,
son of a gun.
Count them all.
God dang it.
Like,
Timmy set something on fire the other night.
after he pissed the bed. and we can't find the family dog.
Oh, man.
So I'll give you one more.
Okay.
I'll give you one more. This is a pretty basic one, but still, it's important to know. In almost 15% of serial murder cases, the victims are chosen entirely at random. So that is, to me, that's a pretty high percentage to be just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That would suck though. Just like going out to get you a donut and there's somebody that kills people and they're like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at his eyes. They'll look good in a jar on my wall.
Yeah.
Look, he's
Unfortunately.
he's a fat ginger with no ass. Let's get him.
He's built like a frog from the hips down.
He's built like Dustin.
Oh god.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your evil facts for the episode.
Nice.
So, today's story, we got to throw the warning out. I hate to throw these warnings out because I hate to cover cases like this, but I think that it's always good to shed light on situations like this because some people might take action if they see any of this stuff going on as opposed to what happens in this case. But our warning, as always, is this case does involve a child. So you've been warned, and we will just move on now.
Yep.
Let's do it.
So buckle up, Evil Mob, as we discuss the tragic life of Ame Lynn Deal. Ame Lynn Deal was born on July 24th, 2000 in Monongahela, Pennsylvania, to mother Shirley Deal. Now pay attention here, because this is going to be crucial for the rest of the story. Mother Shirley Dill was married to David Dill at the time she conceived, but she was also seeing another man on the side. Therefore, it is not known for sure if David Dill was Amy's real father, although he was listed on the birth certificate. Shirley and David actually had 2 other children together before Amy was born. Shirley and David had a pretty rocky relationship, and eventually Shirley took the kids and went to stay with her mother in Donora, Pennsylvania. But apparently, things got patched up between Shirley and David, and they got back together, and the couple settled together with their children in Midland, Texas, with David's mother, Judith Deal, and David's sister, Cynthia Stoltzman. Nothing says winter like moving your wife and kids to your mom's house where your sister also lives.
It's a full house.
You have no idea how full this house is yet. But David and his mother and sister are real douchebags. Shirley claimed that David and his family was both physically and verbally abusive to her. The good thing was they did not abuse Amy or her brother and sisters, so the kids aren't getting picked on, at least right now in the story. David and his family actually kicked Shirley out of the house without the kids and would not let her take the kids with her, so she moved to Iola, Kansas. So they're basically like, you ain't taking these kids.
No.
You can get out of here.
Like kicked her out.
Like the
and
mom
kept the
attacked her, kicked her out and kept the kids.
Wow.
Now this is where the bad news starts for the kids, at least for Amy, because Amy is the real victim of this story. David and his family moved often and had lived in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Utah, Texas, and Tucson, Arizona. Keep this in the back of your mind. David and his family wasn't sure that he was the father of Amy. Remember that.
Yep.
This is a tragic situation for a small young girl. An abusive family that moves her around a lot, that's pretty sad stuff. I mean, she's just in a bad situation. And without Mother Shirley in the way to catch all the abuse, it was now Amy who got the brunt of it. Parents, and some of you who aren't parents but get pretty pissed off when you hear about people that are abusive to kids, this is your chance to fast forward until the end of the episode. Amy was abused often. She was once forced to walk back and forth on a sidewalk barefoot in extreme heat. This was seen by neighbors when the family lived in Phoenix. Ever felt desert heat?
Oh, yeah, it's hot there.
Yeah, it's not nice.
No.
Now, we were talking about a small child being forced to walk on a hot sidewalk. I mean, that's punishment.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes Amy was beaten with a wooden paddle, which was nicknamed the Butt Buster.
Wow.
Other times, she was forced to eat hot sauce. And it is reported that one time they forced her to eat dog feces.
Now, the hot sauce growing up, yeah, that happened to me a few times, but then they found out I like hot sauce, so they had to change it up.
Kinda
Yeah, but we're talking
spankings.
I mean, we're talking about we're talking about a little kid like a small child, and they're just pouring hot sauce and stuff in her food as a punishment.
That's terrible.
You know what I mean? Just
That's awful.
and then forcing her to eat dog feces.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
These punishments were supposedly for lying or stealing food. Look, bro, if your child has to steal food in their own home,
Right.
you're a shitty parent.
Yeah, not feeding her.
Amy was also made to sleep in a shower stall in the home without any blankets or pillows because she had wet the bed.
Wow.
Oh, you wet the bed once? You're going to sleep in the shower stall with no blankets, no pillows. You're just going to lay inside the shower stall.
That's terrible.
That's awful.
And that's a punishment for an accident.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Child Protective Services were called many times over the years because of different issues. When the family had lived in Wisconsin, someone anonymously called CPO because of the disgusting conditions of their residence.
See, that's where it's all messed up, is the fact that you just said they were called multiple times over the years.
Yeah.
It should literally be one time.
Yeah.
You come check it out. If it's messed up, take the kids out. It's not going to get any better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also have the issue of people calling CPO like for no reason to try and get back at somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but if they come out and they see...
I agree.
then-
If you come out and you see a condition that is bad,
Yeah.
it should be one and done.
Right.
Hey, look, until things are improved or until this is done, no, you are not responsible enough to have these children.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
While living in Utah, school officials filed several reports of abuse and neglect about the children.
Well, and I just noticed they're moving around a lot.
Yeah. In the reports, it was stated that Amy and her siblings came to school filthy and that Amy often had lice. In one instance, she came to school with cat urine on her shoes.
Wow. Do you know the age at this point?
I'm saying 6-7 years old. But once again, like you said, multiple reports are filed.
Yeah,
multiple calls to CPO. Officials are being, made aware of a bad situation.
Yeah.
And nothing's being done.
Right, like I get it, like some people don't live as good as others, but there's so much help you can get with, clothes, and you said she had lice. I mean, you can get stuff to help with that. So it's clear that they're doing this stuff on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Now, can you imagine what the house smells like?
Right.
I've been in some nasty houses in my lifetime while working. I got to be careful what I say here, but man, I can't understand some of these living conditions.
Yeah.
Like I've been in houses where it's just like stuff thrown everywhere, like trash, basically. And I can't I've been in a house before where dirty diapers have been thrown throughout the house.
Oh, wow.
I'm talking on top of drop ceilings, down basement stairs, just throw them down there.
Nasty.
Bro, throw them in the trash can.
Yeah, yeah.
Take them out to the trash. Like, I don't understand some people living in dirty conditions like that.
Right. Take pride in what you have.
Exactly. Especially if you have children. Take care of them.
Yep.
Right.
But because you're dick bags, you think that
Dick bag.
this child's not your blood.
Yeah.
So when the family finally settled in Phoenix, Arizona, Amy and her siblings were supposedly, quote, homeschooled. I mean, can you imagine any of these bag of dicks teaching these children anything other than smoking Marlboros, watching soap operas, and having orange Cheeto fingers all the time?
What?
Like, that's just what I picture. Like these type of somebody that abuses their kids. That's what I picture. Just somebody that's just like sitting on a dirty ass couch smoking a cigarette.
You got to be drinking a Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
You have to be.
or a Bush Light
Yeah. Yeah.
with Cheeto, like constant Cheeto dust on your fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything you touch has got orange Cheeto dust on it. And the house probably smells like Fritos and butt.
And they haven't even eaten Cheetos.
Yeah.
Yet they have the Cheeto dust.
Right. But again, Ame is the target of the abuse. Again, that's just a reminder. Father David was reportedly living in the backyard of the family rental home in a tent with Amy's siblings.
What?
Did you say Father David? Or like
Father,
the father?
her
or like
father.
Like a priest.
David.
Father David.
Her father David.
Okay, her father David.
Yeah.
Okay, I was so lost.
So he's living in the backyard in a tent with Amy's brother and sister, or siblings, I should say, not brother and sister. This was probably to make room for Cynthia's daughter, Samantha, Samantha's husband, John Allen, and about 10 other children.
What?
Jesus.
And somewhere along the way, Cynthia, who was David's sister, had actually become Amy's legal guardian. Now, why not send Amy to her mother if you dislike her this much and don't believe she's actually family?
Right.
The other children were also pretty crappy to Amy. They would get Amy in trouble just to see her get punished, basically, for the things that they had actually done.
That's horrible.
Like, they would lie to say that she did things. And so, I mean, it's like everybody is against this little girl. And of all these kids living in this home, Amy is the only one who's being abused. So you have at least 12 kids.
Yeah.
12 other kids in this environment, and only one of them is getting abused. I mean, don't get me wrong here. None of these children were treated properly, as neighbors also reported seeing several of the other children wandering around late at night, sometimes without diapers or shoes on.
Wow.
And sometimes eating in high chairs in the front freaking yard late at night.
What?
Yeah. You guys don't do that? You don't put high chairs in the middle of your front yard at midnight and let your kid eat?
Can't say I have.
No, I've never done that.
Your heart breaks for this poor baby. I mean, I just can't wrap my head around this stuff. Like, when I hear stories of this type of abuse, I can't, as a father or as a human being, wrap my head around being this way towards a child.
Yeah.
Or towards any human. I can't picture it towards any human being, but as a young child, I can't wrap my head around this.
Yeah, me neither.
On July 12th, 2011, police officers were called to Ame Deal's home, where she was found dead in a small footlocker where she had suffocated.
Wow.
The family told officers that Amy was playing hide and seek with the other children and had locked herself in the trunk the night before while the adults were asleep. They all claimed that Amy was discovered the following day dead in the trunk. But crime scene evidence never lies, and the investigators suspected foul play right away. Amy, who was 4 feet 2 inches and 59 pounds, was squeezed into the trunk that was only 3 feet by 1 foot, 2 inches, and only 1 foot deep.
Wow.
We're not talking about a huge footlocker here.
Yeah.
Right.
It was proven she was stuffed into the trunk because she was found very dirty with bruises on her left leg where it was in forced contact with the trunk lid. Now keep in mind, this is days before Ame Lynn Deal had turned 11 years old. She's 10 years old.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, almost 11. Found dead in a footlocker. And they know there's foul play. So the investigators bring in the family for questioning. The other children in the house were persuaded by the adults in the house to lie about why and how Amy ended up in the trunk. But before long, Samantha and John Allen confessed to locking Amy in the trunk as punishment. Punishment for what, you ask? Because she took a popsicle without asking.
Wow.
They claim that Amy was, quote, chronically hungry Yeah, you idiots. Kids are chronically hungry because you have to feed them, you stupid turds.
Yeah.
Everyone has to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I'm chronically hungry.
No, you're fat.
But I mean, I'm going to punish you because you took a popsicle without asking in your own home? I'm going to lock you in a Foot Locker because you took a popsicle. And keep in mind again, fellas, we're not in Alaska where it's cool.
Right.
We're in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Details soon emerged about the events prior to Ame being put in the box. Now, again, as a reminder, Phoenix, Arizona, and we're talking July, so we're talking summer. So in 103-degree heat, she was forced to do jumping jacks and back bends, then run for over an hour before she was put in the box, and it was padlocked shut.
Wow.
Damn.
And the reasoning for all this abuse for this young angel, because the family did not believe that Ame was really David's blood.
So you kill her? Just because she doesn't have the same blood?
Apparently you punished her and punished her and punished her, and eventually she just, her body couldn't take it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
The wrong situations led to her death, but I mean, that's why she was killed, basically. That's why she was punished and abused, was because they didn't think that she was actually David Dill's daughter.
they should have just let her mom take her.
Exactly.
But I have a question about that. So her mom left. She got ran off.
Yeah.
She's never came back?
No. And I'll touch on that here in a minute.
All right.
Samantha and John Allen were arrested for murder on July 27th, 2011. Their bond was set at $1 million. Judith Dill and Cynthia Stoltzman were arrested for child abuse and kidnapping after both admitted to having used the box before to punish Ame. You get that? They had used this form of punishment on other occasions.
Unbelievable.
Judith Dill and Cynthia Stoltzman bond was set at $500,000 apiece. David Dill, Amy's father, tried to get people to loan him money to get both his sister and mother out of jail. Good luck with posting two $1 million bonds, you turd.
What an idiot.
On August 10th, 2011, Judith Dill and Cynthia Stoltzman were officially indicted and charged with numerous counts of child abuse. John and Samantha Allen were officially indicted and charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit child abuse, and several other counts of child abuse.
Good.
Prosecutors went for the death penalty.
Nice.
Now, David Dill was not charged in the death of his daughter, but did get sentenced on June 6, 2013, after pleading guilty to attempted child abuse. I don't think it's an attempt.
No.
Right, you don't attempt to abuse a child.
He was sentenced to 14 years in prison on July 6th, 2013.
Hold on. He was there this whole time?
Yeah, he was living in a tent in the backyard, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, her dad's there, yet she's getting abused by all these other people.
Well, she was also getting abused by her father
by
as
her
well.
dad.
I mean, if he knows what's going on, which he clearly does, he's just as guilty. You are her father. That's my issue. You are her father, whether you believe it or not, whether it's blood or not. You are supposed to be her protector.
Yep.
Right.
And in my eyes, you are just as guilty for her death as those idiots who put her in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
You, as a father, your responsibility is to protect your children.
Yeah.
Right.
At all costs. Your life above theirs, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia Stoltzman pleaded guilty to 2 counts of child abuse and 1 count of attempted child abuse and was sentenced to 24 years in prison and given a lifetime of probation on September 13th, 2013.
They're giving these people the maximum for everything.
Judith Deal also pleaded guilty to attempted child abuse and was sentenced to 10 years plus a lifetime of probation. Samantha Allen got the good old-fashioned death sentence.
Nice.
She was sentenced to die by lethal injection on August 7th, 2017 for first-degree murder for the death of Ame, with an additional 74 years tacked on for good measure for child abuse and conspiracy to commit child abuse.
Dang.
She currently sits on death row in Arizona. John Allen was also found guilty of murder on November 8th, 2017 and was sentenced to death by lethal injection 9 days later on November 17th, 2017.
Good.
As for Amy's mother, Shirley, she actually found out about her daughter's death on Facebook.
Wow.
What a crappy way to find out. She was devastated to learn that the people she thought was taking care of her daughter were actually putting her through living hell and would eventually murder her.
I have one thing that bothers me about it. The fact that you left her, but you never came back for her.
Well, and I'm not making excuses for her. Her thought behind it was that she was with her father and her father's family. The other kids are getting taken care of fine. Well, they're not being abused.
Yeah.
So she thought that was the furthest thing that could happen to Amy. And even to this day, like they've done stories and interviews with Shirley, she said she still lives with the guilt of her daughter's death. Rightfully so. But, like I said, I don't want to defend her on it, but her reasoning was she thought that Amy was being taken care of like the other kids.
Did she not talk to her?
No. I mean, they cut her off. Like his family straight up, the mother attacked her and shoved her out of the house, and they told her that she wasn't getting her kids. And she was like, all right, then I'm going to Kansas.
That's the thing though. Like you have no contact with her. You don't know how it's going.
Right.
Like I don't know how you leave your kid and have zero contact with them. And just trust that whoever she's with is doing what's right.
True.
Yeah.
That's just me, though.
And I can, like I said, I can see both sides of this in terms of, what I said was she had it in her head that, it's her father and her father's family. They should be taking care of her. But at the same time, I agree with you that that he's abusive because he abused you. He was physically and verbally abusive to you. You know that the mother's crazy. She attacked you.
Yeah.
So I can see the other end of it. Like, yeah, you should probably be checking up on these kids or trying to get custody back.
Right. Because go ahead and look them up, but these people look like the wonderful whites of West Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Some backwoods ass looking people.
Well, yeah, you can smell them from the picture.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But these are the type of people you can look at and be like, yeah, I can see them being garbage.
Oh, yeah. And the one dude, what's his name? Allen? Is it John?
John Allen.
John Allen got these big ass bug eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's creepy looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there ain't a tooth in the damn...
in the family.
Not one tooth.
Not one tooth in the family. So, you have that. But that's the story, the tragic story of Ame Lynn Deal.
Terrible.
So, fly high, baby girl. Spread them wings.
That's right.
Because you sure deserve a happy afterlife after such hell on earth.
Yeah. Right.
So what do you got for me, Rex? I hate to, go into anything after a tragic story like that, but let's switch the subject.
All right, if you haven't done so, go to our Facebook page, give us a like. Any comments, questions, ideas, you can email us at eviltransgression@gmail.com. Dustin?
You can also go to eviltransgression.com and check out all of our links. You can find our store, our Patreon, all kinds of lovely things. Mm-hmm. And you can also find our hats on there, which are ordered.
Yep.
They're just waiting to be done. So if you ordered a hat, it'll be there soon, I promise.
Mm-hmm.
But with the holidays, you know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's slowed down.
Yeah.
So, Joshua?
Yeah.
What do you got?
That's what I got, yeah.
Good deal.
Hats. Facebook. Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Get your evil what are we called? Evil transgression gear on our website. Get you a t-shirt. You need a t-shirt for the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Like an ugly Christmas shirt with Dustin and ours and my face on it. Definitely check out the Patreon. Excellent content there. Patreon only episodes, Beyond Evils. Now you guys have had a couple doses of Beyond Evil here on the regular listening. So, but yeah, those are always fun.
They are.
And if you sign up on Patreon, they automatically send you cool stuff depending on what tier you get on.
Yep.
And nothing's better than getting early access to us.
True.
So, check all that out. And send us pictures of you and your evil transgression gear.
We need them.
So that we can put you on the faces of the evil mob on theeviltransgression.com. With that being said, Dustin is texting his boo.
As usual.
And not paying attention to what we say.
Nope, never does.
So thanks for sticking with us, evil mob. And until next time.
See ya.
See ya.
Peace.